Hello, this is Pavi Visuals, and today is another sketchbook tour of my 3 sketchbooks I've worked on. I'm currently on day 294 of drawing every day, and this is day 1 through about 120, and where my mark is here is through 200. So today I'll be going through days 100 to 200. In my previous video, I did from 1 to 100, and I've done a 30 day before. I'm approaching day 300, so my next one will be day 200 to 300. With that in mind, we will look back at sketch number 1, which is this bad boy right here. This is what started it all. This was 294 days ago. I decided that I want to, pursue more creative passions. I want to improve. I don't consider myself an artist then, but I mean I do now. I've been committed enough that I do. This is a sketch of a Caravaggio book. I have a lot of books that I reference. This is one of my main ones. My favorite Baroque artist, Caravaggio, incredible. And yeah, this is day 1. I'm working on kind of behind the scenes website and print stuff, and I'm definitely gonna be making this into something because it's what started it all. Anyways, just to skip real quick, to skim through day 1 through 100. We have a few good ones, few self-portraits. There were a few in here that this is Steve Buscemi. Shout out. Steve Buscemi. There are a lot. I mean, some abstract ones. The days, this is a great example of when I want to do a head drawing, a portrait, and I don't do as much as I would like. This is just proof of pushing through. I had messed up the initial eyes. I think it was this top one. They were just off. And I decided, let's go abstract. And so I did a lot of eyes, kind of played to the fact that I messed up. And I think this one did well. A lot of people liked it. I got a lot of views. But this is, it helps when I just push through, when I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And these are, I don't know exactly what day, but I initially would erase the pencil and just do pen, which I am tempted to go back on. But eventually I left the pencil marks just to increase the detail, or, just more so the flow. It's just a bit more depth on the painting. Anywho, this is day 100, and so we'll be moving on. It happened that day 100 was on Christmas. Total coincidence. It's actually kind of ridiculous. It worked out like that, but that's pretty cool. Beards, still struggle. I mean, definitely not supposed to do the outer line. It should be kind of chunks because the beard isn't as, even as that. I was working on a figure, as you can tell in the little background, and we ended up going for that. This is my most viewed video, somehow my most viewed short. Maybe I should just draw eyes. I do like eyes, I don't know. Speaking of figures, I'm also going to show throughout the video of what I use for references, but I had purchased this. It's a little figure tool. I've used it a few times in my latest figures. It helps, but I'm still working on proportion, so there's a way to go, but this is a fun little tool. So it's on my desk. I like looking at it. This is of my grandma. Shout out grandma, absolute best grandma in the world. Love her. I'll be seeing her soon. It's my cousin. This is at Christmas time, so I was with my family up in the mountains. Yeah, this is a good one. This one has a really good, I think, like right here, just the eyes itself. I think it does a really good job proportion and good emotion. That's what's really what draws me to art, is emotion. I'm not exactly sure how or when I capture it, but you can just tell, you just know. And it's pretty addictive once you, this one has some good emotion. I think it's partially the eyes, the circles pointed up. The nose is too forward. I mean, it should be angled left, but yeah. This is a figure. This one's pretty good, actually. I think this, for another reference, I got this book human figure by John Vanderpool, and it has a lot of great, figure and anatomy. I've done a lot of reference to it, but I do need to draw it through completion. Yeah, I'll be going to, today's 294? Yeah, within a week, I'll be back in California in the mountains with my family for just family time / vacation / fishing. And by then, I'll have done a face reveal, and I'll also geared more towards what I drew in the day. It's a really beautiful area, and so it's going to be more of just kind of showing what I drew in the day to show my creative process and try to do a bit more voiceover talk about it. It's a little Archer. This could be from Skyrim. I don't know. That's my favorite game of all time. Skyrim. Beautiful game. This was a cool one. This was my first outdoor video. This is of a truck, a GMC, that's out near the Ballard Locks. It's where I live, up in Seattle. It's a cool truck. Yeah. This one's good. These are kind of, when you're approaching a drawing, but also just a portrait, besides, kind of the angle and perspective you're going for, size is a big one. Sometimes I like to fill up the page and be really pronounced with the portrait, but when there's a lot of white space, it almost draws more attention to it. And I don't really know until I'm pen on paper, but generally I do like the smaller stuff, a bit more detailed, a bit more refined. You can kind of imagine what the figure would look like. I don't even have to draw it. I do need to get in the habit of drawing shoulder lines and bones like that, but yeah, this is a little anime. I do like anime, but I don't really watch it enough anymore, or have enough really in my feed or anything to. I'm more focused on the fine arts, I suppose, than I am with kind of the cartoon arts and stuff like that. So it's something I'd want to improve on. I think it's a great art form and just medium. Yeah, finished day 253, which is a lie because I have to go back to, because I had an empty page, and so I went back and did that portrait. We are coming up on day, I don't know exactly what day, but I do have 150 marked out, so I'll be able to say. But yeah, book 2, Pavi Visuals. I mean, it's pretty massive. It was cool. I drew through these, and these are from, let's see, does it say in the, it would say here. This is where I get them from. The books, here you go. Categoria Pantheon del 1910 Roma. I lived in Rome for a bit, and when I was back there with my family traveling, I stocked up on a few more books. I have one more extra after this. So after day 365, after the year, I'll definitely shift towards other page styles and sizes if I don't have any more refills. But yeah, we got to get through. Go a little quicker. Figures are still tough. Shading is getting better. The one thing I do need to start doing is consistent strokes in one direction. The fact that I swap up is inconsistent and actually draws away from the shading, and just the lines, you see the lines as opposed to just the shading as it should look. So it's something I need to work on. I really do like portraits. This is one of my favorite ones I did. I don't even remember who this is of, but I think I really captured emotion well here. I'm a fan of the eyes. There's something about it. The hair as well. It's kind of what my hair looks like when it gets a little longer. But this is one of my favorites. And this was day I could look. Let's see. Not exactly sure. But no, this is day 127. So, after 4 months, we're drawing things. This was another banger. This one's good. Really good perspective. Looking down. Shading needs some love. This is a good one that shows why pencil's good. It shows kind of the lighter strokes without having to erase. The cross lines on the nose are a bit distracting though, so there are some flaws. It's really fun looking back. I've definitely improved. I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, I have my friends and family I talk to that follow me, so they know, and I have their opinions. But I'd love to know if anyone's watching. What's the day you found me on? I'm curious if I have any long-time followers that have been able to see me improve. If I have, if you think so, have I improved artistically? I mean, yes. I think I have improved, definitely. But biggest thing is confidence. My speed, my confidence in my strokes, they've all gone up. It's kind of hard not to if you put in the time. I'm definitely wanting to put even more time in, and so it's a little funny in that sense, but I've done a good job. Back to pencil. Pencil's nice. The ability of pencil is I can almost play more. You can kind of blend in. I need to do more finalized drawings. These are all sketches, this is daily drawings, daily sketches is a good one. But trying to create something that will be finalized is a big deal. So I need to work towards that. This is day 140. Wow. Done a lot. I like this one a lot. This one's very rough, very sketchy. I did quick. I don't know what pen I was using, but it has a shimmer, so it's more like a standard ballpoint pen. I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but it's cool. I'll show all of once I have 150, I'll show all of the references I use, if anyone's curious, and kind of my tools as well. Yeah. I've done these, for almost the whole year. So I've traveled, I've visited family, visited friends. I don't always do these, at home. You can tell when the table's different under. This is my desk. I have a steel island. That's another option I draw from here at home. Here we go, Seahawks, Super Bowl champions, crazy. That was a fun time to be in Seattle. With the World Cup right now, also Argentina won today. Oh my God, one of the best games I've ever seen. Vamos. Tragic Colombia and USA, disappointing, but goes on. But Seattle, well done. It's been a good year for Seattle. We were closing at 146. Teeth. Teeth are tough. I don't know. The mouth is difficult. I need to do more hyper-focused drawings. I need to focus on the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears. They're all pivotal pieces to figures and portraits. And I need to put more of a focus on each. That figure book I mentioned in this one, I'll show it again. I'm definitely going to bring this when I'm traveling, and I'm going to work through it. I'm going to be spending more time, so it's definitely on the list. This is a good one. I'm a real fan of the side portrait. This is a little side profile. It's a little skewed from side profile perfectly because you can see the eyebrows. I think I did a good job on that. Yeah, proportions are right. Hair is tough, especially on women with buns and ponytails. I've yet to really figure it out, but we're getting there. This is day 149. Don't know who that is. And day 150. Objectively, this is not one of my best ones, but what we're seeing here is some attempt of cross-hatching. Dear God. The eyes are misshapen. The nose is okay. I like the lips. I do these little tiny sidelines for lips. I'm a fan. yeah, I mean, 150. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. That's day 100. Let's day to 150 with both of these books. And I got a lot more to go. So stay tuned for day 200 to 300. I'll make it probably at the end of this week. Quickly before we go, I'll show all my materials. Let's see. I got a few. Human figure. This one I still need to work with. This is my all-time Caravaggio. Really beautiful book. If you aren't familiar with the artist Caravaggio, look him up. He is just the best. I recently purchased this. This is another thing I'll bring, hopefully, to find my artistic style. And just really, I'm interested in the challenges. I think challenging myself is what's going to help me improve. This is more towards a iPad drawing. And some of my days I've done drawings on the iPad. So, at least recently. Yeah, this is a book I got in Iceland. It has amazing portraits. I mean, just incredible. The motion captured in these is just, it's really special. Babushka Lady, big fan. Who do we got? Michelangelo. I mean, you know, we all know Michelangelo. Another Italian book. It's in Italian, Italiano. This is a book I thrifted in Italy of Villa Borghese, one of the best galleries in the world, and it's in Japanese. If anyone speaks Japanese, let me know. I could use some translations, but some of the references in here are just breathtaking. And yeah, that is wow, already 17 minutes. I'm in a rush. That's basically it. You know, I have a variety of pens. I like to use 0.5, even though these are 0.4 and 0.3. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. If you'd like to see me do day 200 to 300, let me know. And yeah, cheers. Let's watch the World Cup. Let's have a great time. Ciao.